What is up, everybody? Chazdex here. So I just woke up. I was about to upload this video, and then I saw that I had almost doubled in subscribers since the last time I checked, and I had over 100 views on my most recent video. So I figured that warrants a re-recording of this voiceover. So yeah, welcome back to the A to Z Park, and today we're going to be finishing the exterior of this Vekoma mine train. First of all, if you're new to this series, hi, I'm Chazdex, and this is the A to Z series. This is the A to Z series, where I design a park where every area or every ride is inspired by the pieces of a certain letter. So for the first episode, the entrance was inspired by A, and the entrance plaza was inspired by all the pieces that start with B. And then this ride wasn't inspired by any pieces, but this ride was inspired just by canyons, which start with C. I was just thinking about canyons for some reason. I was like, hey, I could theme a ride to a canyon, and that's how I got here. But enough about the ride or what I'm doing right now. I want to talk about you guys. I want to talk about the viewers, because I know 15 subscribers is not a lot, but that's almost double what I had before, and I feel like it just keeps on growing. And yeah, I just can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to see this community grow, and I definitely have a lot more motivation to work on this park, because the entire point of this series is that I've just never really been motivated to work on stuff, but as of recently, I've just like gained a lot of motivation thanks to you guys, and just like seeing this park grow and seeing this community grow. I'm just super excited to see what I do, and what we all do in the coming months, coming weeks, coming days. I don't know, I just woke up and I saw this and I was just so surprised. I'm flabbergasted. I'm babbling right now. So yeah, enough of that. Thank you guys so much. And now let's just take a look at what I'm doing in the video right now. So yeah, today I'm only going to be working on the exterior of the ride. I don't know if I've already said that. And I don't even finish all of it. And I'm also not going to have cinematics at the end of this video. So definitely not the most exciting video for how exciting the intro was. Definitely not the most exciting video for that, but I am going to be doing a lot of stuff, just not any stuff that would warrant cinematics. So yeah, as you've already seen, I worked on like the tippy top of the mountain, kind of got that looking nice. I downloaded some more TMTK rocks, just because I felt like I needed a little bit more to give a little bit more texture to this, and now I'm starting to work on the station. This time lapse is much faster than any other time lapses I've done. But I just wanted to make sure this one was out of the way fast, because placing rocks is not the most interesting thing, let's all be honest. Something that was interesting about this build, and it's probably going to be gone by the time I'm finished talking about it, was sightlines. Like that planter that I just placed right there, I needed to make sure that from the entrance, the mountain didn't stand out too much. Sightlines are a really interesting thing to me, because they can like make or break your park. So I just really wanted to make sure I got those down. So that's why I placed that planter there, so that I could place a tree to make sure that like the mountain's kind of obscured but not fully obscured. And yeah, it's not even happening anymore. Now I'm working on this station. Now I obviously don't finish the station today. I still have a lot to work on with the station, and I think that's going to be next episode. But I do like how it is coming along. Oh, that voice crack right there, that was oof, woo. Don't want to hear one of those again. No, thank you. But in a weird way, the station building does actually kind of tie into that sidelines thing that I was talking about earlier, because I needed to design this station building so that from the entrance area, it kind of blended in as well. And I think I'm going to be working on that a little bit more next episode, just by changing like the design of the roof for areas that you can't see. So for example, the back half of the roof, you can't see it from the western area that I'm working on right now, but you can see it from the entrance area. So I think I'm going to design that to be like a little bit more adventure-y and more, I don't know, fit more into the entrance area, so that if you're looking at it from that entrance area, it looks more like a tied in. Looks more tied in. And yeah, like I was talking about last episode, what I'm working on right here is the queue area. Also, don't finish the queue area this episode. I don't finish much this episode besides the exterior of the mountain. And the next episode, what I am going to be finishing is everything else. So next episode might take a little bit longer to get out, but don't worry, if you have notifications on, then you won't miss that. But yeah, right here you can see I'm just working on the roof. This roof was honestly kind of annoying just because of how detailed it is. So I guess everything comes with a little bit of a price, but still. Also, I should probably mention, if you haven't seen any of my previous episodes, this park is not guest facing, not guest functioning. It's literally all just for looks, which means that I can go pretty realistic with the builds, and not have to accommodate for the annoying guest AI or accommodate for guests whatsoever. It just works better for me, makes my builds look way better, and just allows me to go super realistic, super creative as well. Find like the perfect balance for me. So yeah, guests will not be fitting in this park, but it is to guest scale at least. So like that's why I'm using the archers everywhere, just so that the guests could hypothetically fit, like if they were in the park. But obviously the path system and stuff would not allow that to happen. Like even the entrance, I mean the exit to this ride wouldn't physically be possible because the paths don't go that small. They like even the smallest queue paths don't go small enough for the exit of this ride. So I just figured for this park, I would just work better if I didn't have to accommodate for guests. And now we're on to the back half of the mountain, and this was actually a really interesting build for me. I just really liked how it came out, and it was really what I was envisioning. It's always amazing when you envision something in your head, and then when you build it, it comes out perfectly. Or it didn't come out perfectly, but it came out as I was imagining. Because, of course, this isn't necessarily a perfect build, but it came out nice. I don't think there's such a thing as a perfect build, if I'm being honest. Everything's going to have like a little bit of mistakes. It's going to have mistakes. It's going to have little imperfections. But I think that's what makes a build a build. Heck, not even Planet Coaster, even real life parks have their own little mistakes, which makes them unique, and it gives them charm. And even if technically you could get a perfect build in Planet Coaster, I think by having those mistakes in there, that in turn makes it more realistic and better. But side tangent away, I really like how this turned out. I was kind of imagining like kind of a layered look from the outside, so you can see like trains going over, they go into the mountain, and then they come back out. Yeah, and I just really liked how it turned out. And again, you guys won't be able to see it until next episode when I do the final cinematics for this ride, because I don't have cinematics this episode. But that's just another reason to stick around, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I don't know, just saying, you could hit that bell and then be notified when the next video comes out. Just saying. But anyway, now I'm working on these rock structures, and these rock structures were pretty interesting because these are the only rock structures in the mountain that aren't connected to a show building behind them. I think in the future they might actually be connected to a show building, so I will have to adjust for that. If I end up putting I think I'm going to be putting I'm going to be expanding the western area and building behind here and putting a drop tower in the next episode, or not the next episode, but whenever I finish this ride, that's going to be what I'm going to be doing next, because it's D for drop tower. I don't know, I just think that would be pretty interesting. So I might have to take that Rockwork stuff away that I put behind there, but I just kind of wanted to make it a little bit more realistic, because in real life, those rocks would not be real, and that terrain wouldn't be real, and I am going to be covering up that terrain later in the episode. That terrain is honestly just for like a base to build off of, and to kind of give my build a little bit more realistic shape. Just the terrain options in the game, they aren't the most realistic, but they do a good job if you're trying to shape something realistically. So I'm just giving everything a base coat of like the sand texture, like the gravelly sand texture. Then I'm building on top of that so that if anything does kind of peek through, it is a good texture. But overall, I don't really like how the terrain textures really look for these big mountains especially. And the rest of this time lapse is actually pretty similar to what happened in episode 2 of this series. It's a lot more of the same, just placing rocks, pretty boring. So I'm just going to cut us off here, and yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.